Adobe List Tags, Accessibility in Practice, Colorado Department of Labor and Employment. Next up are list tags. Lists are very important because they enhance the accessibility, readability, and navigation of your document. I know most of us don't think of it that way when we look at lists and we go, oh, it's just a list of things, right? But actually, lists are really good at chunking information and providing an easy way for us to be able to view and chunk information in our documents that's different than just a wall of text. Well, this is true for assistive technology users as well. On my screen, I have a list, actually two lists, of foods dogs can and can't eat. When I select the L tag or the list tag for my first list, it should select all of my list items, which it does. So the first lesson, all list items should be in an L tag. List equals L. Within an L tag, there are list items. List items are each item in the list. So for example, if I select the first list item, it should be pumpkin. Yes, pumpkin is selected as the first list item. Each list item is nested underneath the list because they all fit in the list, right? So a list item equals LI. LI is the tag for each list item. So as I go through my list, each item will be tagged. Pear, pineapple, watermelon, strawberry, all of those are included as list items. Within my list items, there are two nested items. Usually there is a label, such as a bullet or a number, and then there's the body of that item, such as the text, pumpkin, apple, banana, strawberry. However, it looks like my list item needs some work because I only have one of those, the body, and it puts the bullet and the body, or the text, together. So I need to fix that. A way to fix that is to go to my accessibility tool and go to my reading order tool. This reading order tool helps me select items and tag them separately instead of together. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So because the bullet mark and pumpkin text are tagged together, I'm actually going to select just the bullet, or where I think the bullet is, and I'm actually going to tag it as a text or paragraph tag, because unfortunately in my menu here of all of my reading order options, a list item or a label isn't one of them. So it's easy to tag it as a text or paragraph tag and then change the label later. So I'm going to do that. And as soon as I did that, you'll notice it created this P tag. And it separated out the bullet, if I expand it, the bullet from the text. I'm going to relabel this P tag by clicking on it, and I'm going to relabel it a label, or LBL. Label stands for whether it's a bullet, like the bullet here, or a number. For example, I could have a numbered list, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D. This is really helpful for screen readers to know because then it helps users navigate or understand how many items are in the list. And it's helpful to know, hey, I want to go to item number 4 and take me there. So now I've identified the label as a bullet. I also have my body or list body as pumpkin. So I've got my list bullet as my circle and my list body as a pumpkin. So again, within each list item, there should be a LBL and a list body for the text. And within every list, you'll have a list item. And that's how lists work. So I have to make sure I go through all of my list items and tag them separately. to make sure that these function appropriately as list items. So I'm going to go fix that using my reading order tool. And then we can see how the screen reader is going to read this list when I'm done.
List foods cream. Foods dogs can eat : list of 20 items. Circle bullet, pumpkin, circle bullet, apple, circle bullet, banana, circle bullet, pear, circle bullet, pineapple, circle bullet, watermelon, circle bullet, strawberry, circle bullet, tomatoes, circle bullet, honey, circle bullet, peaches, circle bullet, kiwi, circle bullet, green pea.
And that's how to make sure that your lists are appropriately tagged in Adobe. Find more videos on our YouTube channel at CDLE_DLSS.